Hey there, fellow YouTubers. It's Frank Bush here. Just wanted to show you a little side project I did when I was camping. This is a bark container. So if you're ever in the wilderness and you want to, make a container to hold things in. What I did, generally speaking, when it came to this was, this isn't the right kind of tree because this is a birch bark, but this is a spruce I'm looking at. But generally speaking, to give you an idea of how you go about making one of these things, I took my knife, I cut down, and then cut across at the top and at the bottom and go all the way around. And then you kind of stick your knife in and pry all the way until you peel off a piece of bark that's almost like a sheet. And then what I did was I soaked that in a pot of water, and to make it softer, almost like leather. And you can see when I peeled the bark off the tree, I picked out all the wood that was attached on the inside of the bark that came off the tree when it got peeled off. This actual piece is from deadwood because I didn't want to harm any trees, but the sewing along the sides here kind of keeps everything together. That's just out of some willow branches. Down at the lake I'm at, there's some willows that were over there. I just cut off a couple to use as cordage, if you will. So as you can see, I kind of scored the sheet. Picture this all open up laying flat. I scored the sheet with my knife to make almost like to make that shape, but I didn't cut all the way through the bark. And then when I folded it, I kind of pushed in the bottom and it allowed it to prop open and stay wide. This is an old piece of dead. It looks like there was pine beetle or something into it. There was holes all through it, but I just wanted to do it as an example. If you're ever in a situation where you need to make a container, you can sew one together with some cordage and you get enough to hold. Realistically, I could hold a couple cups of berries or something in that. And great if you're just you in a wilderness situation and you want to start to gather resources. Now they are soft when they're wet. When they dry, they firm up. I prop this open with another piece of wood to just let it dry, and it firmed and hardened into this shape, so it's kind of always open, if you will. Potentially you could, while it's still wet, put some holes on both sides and then run some cordage and just have cordage where you could hang it on, your shoulder or other things. Either way, as a primitive survival thing, having a container is always good. I simply used a knife to do everything. This is a Bear Grylls knife. I find it to be half decent. But yeah, give it a shot and try to make your own containers and see.